So let's understand the Siemens network. A Siemens network is a neural network architecture designed not to classify things directly but compare them. Instead of asking whose signature is this, it asks, do these two signatures belong to the same person? That single change completely changed how the model learns. So why a normal classifier fails here? Imagine a bank storing signatures. A traditional classifier would need class 1 for Alice, class 2 for Bob, class 3 for Charlie, etc. That means tons of labeled examples per person, retraining when a new customer joins, fixed number of classes. That is unrealistic because banks may only have one or two signatures per person, so a normal classifier struggles. So the core idea of Siemens network is instead of memorizing identities, the network learns a similarity function. So meaning similar signatures embeddings close together, different signatures embeddings far apart. This is much more generalizable. The network can even compare people it has never seen before. So here in the architecture, the key concept is shared encoder, shared backbone. You use one embedding network repeatedly. For images, this encoder is usually a CNN. Like for example, we have this embedding network as the instance or the backbone of it, and we have the anchor embedding, positive embedding, and negative embedding. As you can see, we notice that we use the same object, same weights, same feature space. This is called parameter sharing. The encoder is reused multiple times, so all inputs are transformed consistently. So why shared weights matter? Suppose one signature encoder learns curves differently, another learns strokes differently, then their outputs will not be comparable. So by sharing weights, all signatures are mapped into the same vector space. Distance become meaningful. This is exactly why Siemens networks work. So next is the feature space. The encoder converts images into vectors called embeddings. Example, we have the signature A, and we have this vector of signature A and signature B. They have the vectors value. So these vectors represent learned features. So the network learns similar signatures, nearby vectors, and different signatures is distant vectors. So the triplet structure. In training, Siemens networks often use anchor, positive, and negative. So anchor is reference example. Example is signature on file. And positive is a genuine matching signature, the same person as anchor. And negative is a different person for forgery. Next is visual intuition. Think of embeddings as a coordinated space. Before training, their feature value in the feature space is randomly located or random positions, and after training, those anchor and positive close are together nearby to each other, and the negative is far away. And how the data set works, we use the get item and the random person um, instance. So we have the anchor positive and negative. So we initialize it to the genuine signature 1, genuine signature 2, and for signature for the negative, and return those values. So the data loader builds batches of these triplets. Next is Siemens network structure. Let's say we have the class Siemens network and end of module. We initialize it. We use the embedding network, and we use the forward pass, and the arguments is anchor, positive and negative. We have the same instance we use, that is embedding network, for the anchor, for the positive embedding and negative embedding, and return its value. So notice one encoder we reuse 3 times. Shared parameters. This is not a linear chain, and that is why sequential is usually not enough. We need a custom forward. Next is dynamic computation graphs in PyTorch. PyTorch allows multiple inputs, multiple outputs, reuse of modules, normal Python control flow. That makes Siemens networks easy to build. Example, we have the encoder and and another is the same encoder reuse. So both calls reuse the same weights. And the model does not output yes or no. This is extremely important. The model usually outputs embeddings only. Example, embeddings 1 have different vector values, and each of those index has different values, and the decision comes from the distance. We usually use Euclidean distance. The Euclidean distance is the distance between two vectors. Mathematically, we use this notation, the function of d and inside of xy. This is basically the multidimensional version of Pythagorean theorem. Smaller distance is more similar. Larger distance is more different. Contrastive loss is used for pairs. It takes two embedding similarity label. Core behavior is similar pair loss minimums distance. They are pulled together. And the similar pair is loss pushes apart, but only until a margin. Push apart, and after that no more penalty. So we could use the magnet analogy. So think of embeddings like a magnets. If they are similar pairs, they attract each other, and if they are different pairs, they repel each other. But repulsion stops after they are far enough away. That is the margin. So contrastive loss formula. The idea is for the similar pairs we use the d squared. For the dissimilar pairs we use this function of max. We will get the maximum values, where the d is Euclidean distance and m is margin. Interpretation: if the similar embeddings are too close, we will have the penalty. The larger will become large. So if the m value is greater than the distance, if the distance is greater than the m value, then no. If the distance is less than the minimal the margin, then it will have penalty because they are close to each other. But if it is far enough, we would have zero penalty. So exactly what we previously observed. Next is triplet margin loss. We use the anchor positive and negative. Instead of labels, it directly compares distance. So our goal is we should have this distance anchor positive must be less than to anchor and negative with the sum safety margin. So the formula is max is, we're going to choose the maximum value of from the minimum is 0, and yeah, the same Euclidean formula or contrastive formula. So the network learns anchor positive close, anchor negative is far. So why this is powerful? The network learns a general notion of similarity, not fixed classes. That's why Siemens networks are useful for signature verification, face recognition, voice matching, plagiarism detection, sentence similarity, change detection in satellite imagery. We already saw this in our LVARS CD+ example. So our connection to embeddings in NLP, your intuition earlier was actually very good. So Siemens networks are similar to NLP embeddings because both maps data into vector spaces. Relationships are encoded geometrically. So the meaning or similarity comes from the vector distance. So the differences is natural language processing is embeddings often learn semantic meaning, and Siemens networks explicitly train distance relationships. But conceptually, both rely on geometry in feature space. So why Siemens networks feel different from the traditional CNS? So traditional convolutional neural network is it's pipeline from image to classifier to class label, but the Siemens network is from image direct to the embedding vector. Then compare vectors. So the network learns representation quality, relational structure, rather than direct classification. One of the most important concepts is the encoder itself is not learning. Like this is Alice, but It is learning these two patterns belong together. That is a fundamentally different learning objective. So, with the final mental model, we can think of a Siamese network as a neural network that learns geometry of similarity, where similar things cluster together, different things separate apart. Distance becomes the decision mechanism.